Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. We're on our way back to the club now that we have the search warrant, so we can get in without the much-valued membership. And maybe we can find out a few more clues as to what's going on here with this statue that is mysteriously threw a spear and ran.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
No, I think we're good. Looks like you guys are
Charles, a crime at his club, it's a terrible thing.
just doing some observations. You guys have anything to say?
Where is the statue? Did it vanish?
What an abominable crime.
Asking the hard questions.
Sir Charles, I have a search warrant. I would like to take a look inside the clubhouse.
I see. Here's the key, but I do protest.
Well, protest away. Now, it's kind of strange that a consulting detective is given a search warrant, but we won't argue with such trifles. Key for the London Archaeological Institute's bowling club. Archaeological. There we go. English.
I heard that Zacharias was killed by the statue's spear.
Why won't the police say anything?
Well, looks like everyone else is just kind of speaking normal. Asking the usual questions. Interesting. So what do we have here? Got the piece of gold from Pirates of the Caribbean.
The late Mr. Blinkhorn's collection.
Hello, Mr. Blinkhorn. Got some jewels here.
The late Mr. Bromsby's collection.
Ah, this looks more our style, at least for the style of the murder.
The late Mr. Smith's collection. The late Mr. Sutherland's collection.
That's some cool stuff, I have to say. Got some rings.
The late Mr. Roberts' collection.
I'm sensing a theme here.
This metal globe is very impressive.
Round and round it goes. Oh,
Some bits are missing.
indeed. Right where the Mayan Empire used to be.
These antiques look quite valuable.
Oh, the Zacharias Greystoke collection. Interesting.
This piece has been cleanly and intentionally cut.
Anything else we can glean? Oh,
It appears that it's a part of a gold statue from Guatemala. Solid gold. It's worth a fortune.
interesting.
These trunks have just arrived. They're from Zacharias Greystoke's antique collection. Interesting. The men who own these collections are all dead.
Thanks. I was about to make that observation, Holmes, but you beat me to it. As is expected. It looks like we can make a Greystoke's collection. Mayan calendar. Sir Charles was alone. Facts about the crime. Okay. Making sure everything else is good. Okay. Got a lot of pieces, but nothing to connect the dots as of yet. Is there anything else here on this globe? Because I'm pretty sure we gotta find the missing... Oh!
Some bits are missing.
So 2 bits are missing. We got one over the Atlantic Ocean and one over Mayan territory. Interesting. Got some chess. Desk's always a good way to go.
Ah, Sir Charles was once a captain in the guard.
Fair enough. Dear Sir Charles, please be advised that we have successfully transferred a new tranche I don't know that, to your club's account. However, the payment period has been reduced to 1 month, and the sum credit of £1,000 due to previous overdue amounts. If you wish to review your account, you should contact the bank manager directly, Mr. Black, bookkeeper for Lloyd's Bank. Oh. March 1881. James Ness and Sons Jewelers, Sir Charles Yellingham. We acknowledge receipt of your item, namely 458 grams of solid gold from a part gold Guatemalan statue. We agree to purchase this item. Monies will be paid within 48 hours from receipt of this letter. Although this transaction is entirely legal, we do assure you that it will remain confidential. Wait a minute. Solid gold from a part... Ah. So, Sir Charles sold this kind of on the down low.
Charles Yellingham has a large family.
Probably doing whatever he can to support them, maybe? The 50th birthday of Lord Stevenson.
The 50th birthday of Lord Stevenson.
Thank you, Holmes. And what do we got here? For Mr. Oliver, the company director of royal parties, to organize the award ceremony for our bowling club's most recent competition. To the estimation of requirements for guest night, 20 cases of champagne, dinner for 40 reserved for the restaurant, a local musical ensemble to provide entertainment, 30 flower arrangements for table decorations, and invitation cards for guests. I know this will be quite expensive, but do please allow me a period of grace to settle the payment, as I recall you were so generous to grant on the previous occasion. Thanking you in advance. So he's buying a lot of stuff on credit. To Sir Charles from Brittany Lovelace, Chief Accountant at Lloyd's Bank. Dear Sir Charles, our records show that you are once again late, and this for the 4th time, in paying the credits you have with our house. Any delay in the payment results in a fine of £7.10 sterling? I don't know. After studying your proposal, we agree to seizing part of your club's collection and payment of the credit, which will be sold in private auction. All raised monies will be reversed against your credit account. Ah.
Interesting. It appears that the club is unable to pay its debts to the bank.
That is definitely interesting. Is there anything else here? Yellingham, as I said here in front of everyone, you cannot give away this calendar. I want to study it. We have to discuss this matter before the awards ceremony. I have already warned the other one of this. Zacharias Greystoke. Who's the other one?
A message to Sir Charles from Zacharias Greystoke, the victim.
So he was probably... Sir Charles was probably not at all pleased with the concept of Holmes coming in here. God save the Queen. Got some more pictures here, seeing if I can crack anything. Actually, let's head over here too. What about imagination? Nothing? Okay. So let's check these photos.
Zacharias Greystoke.
Expedition to Guatemala, 1881.
I wonder who this man is.
And there's Sir Charles.
It's Sir Charles Yellingham, the director of the club.
We got some natives there. So we're missing something.
Guatemala, 1881. I don't think this is a bowls tournament.
Definitely not.
The photograph appears to have been faked or damaged. I'll take it.
That'll do. Search the club lounge completed. Let's see if we can make any physical abilities. Greystoke's visit. Club debt. That's a definite connection. Sir Charles desired Greystoke's death in order to obtain and sell off his collection. Sir Charles could sell any other collection contained in the club. Ooh, that is very true. Let's back out of that right now. We don't have enough information to really make an educated assumption. But I would like to talk to Sir Charles about what he has to say about all this. Particularly, who's that third man?
Sir Charles, you informed me that you didn't know why Mr. Greystoke was here at such a time.
That's correct. I have no idea.
Objection! The telegram, the search warrant. Yeah, it's the telegram. Boop.
But in fact you do. Mr. Greystoke wrote to you about him coming with another person to visit.
Ah, well, yes, that is right. He raised a scandal about the Mayan calendar, so he wanted to see me before the ceremony. But I don't know exactly what it was that he wanted, or who this other person he mentioned might have been.
You have a fine collection at your club, with one disturbing thing in common.
Well, all the items are from our club members.
But they're all dead. Photograph from the club. Club's door key, post-mortem donation. Search warrant, the Mayan calendar. What's the post-mortem donation? Oh, yeah, because they're all dead.
But only from deceased members, including Mr. Greystoke.
That was weirded oddly to me.
Yes, but it is a rule of the club that all our members undertake to donate their personal collections to us in the event of their death.
Uh-huh.
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
Interesting. This is looking a little bit obvious right now, but I'm sure that'll change in time.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
So, investigate the murder, personal affidavits, and looks like this can be perform analysis. Yes. And search the archives for the calendar. I already knew that, so let's go ahead and head back to Baker Street, because we have a little bit of science to take care of here. Scotland Yard's not going to be much help to us. Holmes must be reading that book back and forth, like cover to cover. Like backwards and forwards. I'm still really curious where the daughter, quote-unquote, comes into, and whose daughter she is. Because if that's Moriarty's, that is going to be very, very interesting. But, meanwhile, at Baker Street, science is going on. Hey, Toby.
I do hope that bone has no connection to Watson's medical practice.
You know. These things happen. Now then, let's take a look at you.
It appears that part has been painted over. I need to find out what's underneath.
I'm seeing legs, so that's definitely a fourth man, potentially. Or maybe the statue. So maybe some solvent? This might work. Let's hope we don't ruin anything.
Let's gently remove the paint with a soft cloth.
Oh, we actually have to... Okay. Ah, fourth man. Interesting. Now, who are you, good sir?
Aha. There's another person in the photograph.
You probably need to figure out who that is.
Anything I can do to help?
Look here. There's a person with a swollen eye who was concealed within this photograph. A dispute of some kind, do you think, Watson?
Possibly. But it appears to me a characteristic symptom of a rare tropical disease that is found in South and Central America.
South America! Brilliant, Watson!
Happy to help.
Is it deadly?
Well, there is a chance he survived.
I shall ask Sir Charles, but who knows what he'll say.
I have an idea. There is only one hospital for such illness. The Hospital for Tropical Diseases. I have friends who work there.
Oh, yes?
Well, the chances are slim, but I'll pay them a visit. If he's in London, they would have seen him.
I like this version of Watson, too, because he helps out a lot. He's not just bumbling. I hate versions of Sherlock Holmes where Watson is like that. So, let us search the archives. Newspapers aren't going to do it. History. Maybe art and architecture. Let's see here. Antique art of the British Museum.
That's not the one I need.
How about early Riley? Fair enough. Let's go... History. Mayan civilization in Central America. The Mayan Empire, centered in the tropical lowlands, the region nowadays known as Guatemala, had reached the peak of its power and influence around the 6th century AD. The Maya excelled at agriculture, pottery, hieroglyphic writing, calendar creation, and mathematics, leaving behind them an astonishing record of architecture and symbolic artwork. Everyone got that? There will be a test afterward. The principal nation of pre-conquest Guatemala was the Quiches, also known as the Maya Quiches. The name of this people means many trees, taken from the forested highlands which they inhabited. Tecún Umán was the last ruler, and the Quiches king who fought his army against the Spanish conquerors in the Battle of Penal, where his chest was fatally pierced by the sword of Don Pedro de Alvarado. According to the legend, even in death, Tecún Umán continued to protect his people.
Here it is.
Indeed. Okay. So, time to head to the tropical hospital. Nothing has changed in here. You always want to make sure, just in case, you know?
A map of London and its surroundings. Could be useful.
So, where to? Whoops. Guess we cannot go there yet. See if there's anything else that we need to do here. Oh yeah, we have to go talk to Sir Charles again about Guatemala. All the good times. We didn't get any new deduction clues via that, unfortunately, but it's okay. I have to say I like this version of Holmes too. It's like, this game actually doesn't have a high rating, like critics and whatnot.
Poor Sir Charles.
I'm having a lot of fun playing this. I hope you guys are enjoying watching it too. Some people can be so picky.
I found this photograph on your wall. You're in it, but do you know who these men are? Particularly the gentleman with the swollen eye.
Oh, him. But that's poor Mr. Albeit. He died from fever during an expedition to Guatemala 14 years ago. We were searching a Mayan Quiche temple, but everything went wrong. We were unable to enter the temple and the expedition ended in disaster. I'm here, and here is Zacharias, and there is Bernard Marley, another member. He's over there, near the pedestal. By the way, he's the fellow who built that terrible statue. He created it, must have been 10 years ago.
Albeit was a club member. Where is his collection?
Well, the devil if I know. We never did locate it.
Okay. So the expedition ended in disaster. I assume there was probably a giant rolling ball and an ancient crusader knight, or maybe an ancient conquistador saying to choose the right cup. Sir Charles was alone. Ah! We made a connection here. Sir Charles had the time and opportunity to be prepared for his victim's visit. Ooh. So we're making more connections to actually incriminate Sir Charles, which is interesting. The curse of Tecún Umán is real and is aimed toward the expedition members. The curse doesn't exist. It is simply the human interpretation of events. I'm going to go ahead and click on that one first because that seems like definitely something Holmes would... Opportunity. Sir Charles is aware of the curse and he had the perfect opportunity. Sir Charles is unaware of the existence of a curse. Opportunity doesn't make him a murderer. Let's leave that one alone for now. And I think everything else has been... yeah. So let's talk to this gentleman. Wait a minute. It says that we can still make some oh, because I didn't choose that last one. Oh, club debts. See, let's just see here. Club debts, how about other collections? Nothing at the moment. Let's go ahead and say, let's just assume that he may be guilty. Ooh. He's either lying or the running statue was somebody else, so that doesn't connect. So let's leave that for right now. That's probably not the case, but we need more pieces to the puzzle.
Mr. Bernard Marley, I presume. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I have to ask you about an expedition to Guatemala.
Shh, not here. It's too dangerous. I'll give you my card. Visit me there where we can talk.
Foundry director. He seemed like such the nice, trusting sort. 8 Grub Street, London. Okie dokie. Was there anything else that I needed to do? Yeah, I just got some dialogue. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and travel to Grub Street. What could possibly go wrong there? I have to say, though, all things considered, this is a much calmer and nicer case than before. At least Sherlock isn't being hunted by a gentleman with a rifle. Ooh. Had a little bit of freeze up there. Grub Street must be not nice. Keaton Street.
Keaton Street.
And his address was like 8 Grub Street, I believe. Hello, sir.
Keaton Street.
Yep. And this is Gumbold Row. Look at everyone just kind of living their lives. Very interesting. Hi.
Excuse me, where is Grub Street?
It's that way.
Thank you, kind sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar. More Keaton Street. This is 15. Can we actually go in here? Knock, knock.
I'm not expecting anyone.
World famous detective here. 2 Possum Street. It's like a wild goose chase.
Excuse me, where is Grub Street?
I don't know.
Back the way you came. Well, I guess we will head down here. We're looking for a foundry, right? This is Cranny Street. Still Cranny. Maybe Grub is one of these... Oh, here we go. Now, the card said 8 Grub Street. Am I correct in that? 8 Grub Street, London. Oh, look at the guy with the sandwich board. What are you selling? Express services to England and Scotland. The foundry. Alright, this must be the place. Hello, sir. Please don't try and kill me.
Horse of Pedro Alvarado. He was a conquistador, I believe.
He is. He's the one who killed the king in question.
Fresh scratches. There were 2 large boxes.
Now, I know this is rude because I haven't even introduced myself, but...
A drawing of Tecún Umán.
Can we open it? Got some nice alarm clocks.
This mechanism is quite modern. All the gears are of good quality. Strange to find it in a foundry.
This is where stuff is normally burnt down. Was that the only thing to look? Oh, I guess the big arm would have been a clue.
No oxidation. This metal arm has never been outside. It's not part of the bowling club statue.
Hello, sir.
Hello there, my man. Is your boss in?
Ah, he's in his office. It's the door near the female statue in the corner of the workshop.
Thank you. Anything else to look at here? Oh, that looks like the bottom half of a minotaur. Okay, that is the female, so there's his office. Let's go ahead and go in there last.
Hello there, my man. Is your boss in?
Sorry, I'm too busy to chat.
Not even for a sentence. I think that was everything to look at here, so let's go talk to Bernard.
Something large and heavy was dragged here. 2 large boxes which were inside the warehouse. They were taken to Bernard Marley's office. It's probable that the missing crates contained pieces of Tecún Umán's statue.
Possibly. So we gotta ask more questions to Mr. Bernard. That is a statue of Athena, if I don't miss my guess.
A furnace for melting metal.
Okay.
Apparently, Marley has built multiple statues of Tecún Umán.
10 statues available. Are we gonna find him dead?
Mr. Holmes, you must forgive my escape at the club. It wasn't a safe place to talk.
And it's safer here.
Yes, better here. Not my office. I have secured my foundry, you know.
Huh, reassuring.
So let's do a profile on him real quick. Probably a lot to examine. Dirty collar, negligent. Oh, he's got a lot of trinkets, doesn't he? Protective charms. Leans frequently on a desk. Smell of oil. So he's been working recently. Required for close work. Yeah, definitely. Working at a foundry and doing statues and such. And injured finger because it's intricate work. Bernard Marley is not yet 45 years of age. Hell's bells. He is the foundry director and a member of the archaeological club. He is negligent and most likely lives alone. Bernard is a superstitious man, as indicated by the many amulets upon his person. It is clear that he spends a great deal of time seated at his office desk and working with sharp items and mechanical oil. His work requires concentration, and he requires spectacles for close work.
Did you know Zacharias Greystoke, the victim?
Yes, he was a brave friend. Such good karma until yesterday.
He's a believer in karma.
Do you recognize the unwell man in this photograph?
By Jove, albeit. Yes, that's him. The poor fellow met his end in Guatemala. He was struck down by a terrible disease.
You were friends?
Not really, but he was an active member and a courageous man. Too courageous. You can't fight against the Quiche gods.
And what of the expedition? You were seeking a Mayan temple?
Yes, the temple of Tecún Umán. Another one of Charles's stupid ideas. We found it, but there was some kind of strange force that prevented us from entering. An evil aura. It was Tecún Umán's emanation. We could all feel it. Albeit's disease worsened suddenly. There was nothing we could do. And now, with Zacharias' death, the curse has reawakened.
After 14 years?
Prophecies are timeless. Even in the beyond, there is no escape.
A lot to talk about with this guy. By the way, I love versions of Holmes that does that thing where he just holds his hands together via his palms.
Did Zacharias believe in the prophecy?
It is not a matter of belief, don't you understand? Zacharias was convinced that we could stop the curse by studying the calendar. What insanity! He sent me a message. He wanted us to visit the club and try to convince Charles to remove the calendar from the awards ceremony.
But you didn't go.
I knew Charles would refuse. Anyway, studying the calendar wouldn't help. Tecún Umán is far too powerful.
Your relationship with Charles Yellingham is...
Not friendly. Well, it is reciprocal. You know, most of his expeditions are failures because he is too focused on his hypothetical career to be in politics.
He has political ambition.
That would be an understatement. He has ambitions for the House of Lords, and the club is his means of achieving this. It's also the reason for his disastrous management. But he still succeeds in finding money. I wonder how.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Tecún Umán's statue having disappeared?
I don't know, but I have nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Uh-huh. Statue creation? The Mayan calendar? Yeah, you were involved in the creation of said statue.
But in fact you do. You made the statue.
That's true. But it was 10 years ago. You can't blame me for that.
Don't you think so? After all, it is the statue that is responsible for killing.
No, it's Tecún Umán. But who could imagine that a simple statue replica would be chosen by Tecún Umán? Nobody. I have to leave you now. I've got paperwork to do. And we've spoken too much. He could hear us. Tecún Umán. Well, goodbye then.
Marley is hiding something inside his office. I'll have to visit it, but at night, and with Watson.
Indeed. Alright guys, well, we will go ahead and end the episode here, and it looks like we're going to be doing some office sneaking in the next episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.